It's no secret that John Boyega was not a big fan of how everything turned out for his character in the Star Wars sequel trilogy. And every once in a while, he pops up and is critical of, in some way or the other, of the stuff that went down with Disney Star Wars in the sequel trilogy. Now, I think most of it is just because he feels like his character was wasted and didn't want his character to go that direction. I'm not sure how passionate he is about the rest of it. But once again, he's out there, and this is what he's saying. John Boyega says if he were to produce Star Wars, it would have been different. And at a Florida SuperCon 2025, he told us how. Now, he's talking about how he would have involved, Han and Luke more, but in terms of their actual fates, he wouldn't necessarily have changed that. But he would have had, he would have had them be much more involved. He wouldn't have had all the new characters just automatically be really good at everything. It's almost like he's been listening to a bunch of the criticism and repeating it, blah, 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 all of this stuff. But I saw so many people in the aftermath of this be like, John Boyega gets it. This is the way. Somebody let John Boyega have a role at Lucasfilm. John Boyega understands. John Boyega gets it, guys. We promise. I'm so sick of people giving John Boyega a bunch of praise when he comes out and says the most obvious shit about what's wrong about the sequel trilogy. When just a few months ago, this bitch called Star Wars fans racist. Talked about how Star Wars is just so white and elitist. And anytime a black person comes along, they have a big fucking problem with it. This was John Boyega in April saying this shit just a few months ago. How quickly some people forget those things that he said. That are now just like, oh, John, you said something that we think too about the sequel trilogy. Everything is good now, despite the fact that just months ago you were complaining about what a big fucking victim you are and calling Star Wars fans racist because apparently people had a problem with a black person in Star Wars, despite the history, despite all these characters we've seen. I'm sick of that shit. I'm sick of people like embracing John Boyega while he's saying that type of shit.
He is the definition of someone like a reed in the wind, man. So if he sits in front of a interviewee, someone from the media that pushes progressive left, he goes right in with everything that they say and agrees with them and says, yes, everybody's a racist, this and that. When he's at a convention, like that quote that you just posted up earlier, when he's at a con, I guess he's like reading the room a little bit. He's in Florida, so he's just like, yeah, I think people in Florida, if I bash Disney, I'll get a big applause, a big thunderous applause. So he just, wherever he's at, he just says what they want to hear, I guess, and has no official opinion on himself about anything. Whatever can get him the most applause in the situation that he's in. That's just who he is. Just another Hollywood dum-dum that will say whatever. So, but yeah, no. Does he get a pass? No, he's not coming back to Star Wars. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's not coming back to Star Wars.
He might get a pass from a lot of people, and I get it, right? I agree with some of these same things he's saying about the sequels. In reality, he's probably agreeing with us, right? Yeah. That's probably what's happening. He's echoing the very popular statements that people have been saying about the sequels for 5 fucking years now. That's what I'm saying. Echoing,
like, whatever's
right?
popular, that's what he's going to say. So if he's like at a certain area or place and someone's interviewing him that is asking him a lot of like questions about Black Lives Matter and everything, yeah, he's going to say what, they want to hear. It's just, he has no official opinion. He just wants to say what's popular in the room that he's in to get the most applause. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Good on you, John.
We got Obi-Wan Kenobi, who desperately wants to do something Star Wars again. It feels like
McGregor.
The reason we get so many headlines is because it's like every different con, right? Every different con that we see him go to, he's kind of saying the same thing to a different audience group, right? So once again, when he's out there, I don't know if he was at Florida Con too, but he's like, hey, give me a job. We really want to do Obi-Wan Kenobi season 2, guys. We really want to do it. And then he even talked about how they expected Obi-Wan Kenobi to be the big splash for Disney Plus, not Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's what's very weird. He's just like, the Kenobi series was supposed to be the big draw to Disney. The Kenobi series was, if not the worst lore breaking, stupid show. Man, they made Darth Vader look like an idiot. I mean, it was terrible. The whole like, let's hide Leia under my coat past the guard scene. I mean, my gosh, man. The whole like, there's a little trickle of fire on the ground. Darth Vader's gonna be scared. Let's not do that. My God, let's bring in Reva, the new savior of Star Wars. Don't you remember, Ryan? Reva was supposed to kill young Luke Skywalker, but she had a change of heart. So in actuality, she's the one that saved the galaxy.
Dude, I to be honest, I kind of miss these days. You know, what was that, 2021 or something? Ewan McGregor's almost crying in his car talking about racist backlash towards Reva, and those were the days, man. I miss my Obi-Wan Kenobi thumbnails with Ewan looking shocked or disappointed and Reva just looking like a bitch. Those were fun. Those are the good old days of Disney Star Wars, you know? When some people still had a bunch of hope and were coping. These people still exist, to be frank.
And Kathleen Kennedy got fired every other month. I've got a secret. Kathleen Kennedy's going down.
They've already got the pamphlets written. They're going to announce it at Star Wars Celebration. She's gone.
Yeah, that was something else.
Those are the fun times. Remember when a bunch of people were like, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are fighting against KK and they've won. And it's like, and then we get Mandalorian. And now we have Ahsoka. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. Remember when Mandalorian was going to rewrite the sequel trilogy, and then we just immediately in the first season we get multiple references to things in the sequel trilogy. Those were the days, Jay. I miss it.
Yeah,
I miss it.
A little different now. Now I just don't care. Do whatever you want.